What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Atlanta Sports Stand Podcast. I'm your man without a plan, Jeep Starvey, and today I want to talk about the state of the NFC. Now, when I'm recording this, the Monday Night Football game is still going on. The Packers are still playing. I think they're down right. Yeah, they're down right now, 21-13. Is Packers gonna kick a field goal? Probably put them up. Probably cut the lead down to what would be 5 points, and they did. So, I will talk about the state of the NFC, because the NFC is absolutely wild right now. The Eagles, the team we thought all were unbeatable the whole season, has all of a sudden lost 2 straight games in not so pretty fashion. They lost, of course, Sunday to the Cowboys, 33-13, but they also lost to the 49ers at home. Has the question surrounding this Philly team is, have they lost their mojo? And I think it's a really interesting question, because we all thought this team was unbeatable. Of course, you had to pick up with the Jets early in the year, but even good teams are going to lose to bad teams sometimes. It's just that's just how it works. But now you see the Eagles playing 2 more contenders in the NFC, and what happened? They came out flat. You're looking at these games and you're like, what is happening? Now, and now they're in a spot where the Eagles are, all of a sudden, they're not first in the NFL. They're now in a wild card spot. Right? If the season ended this very second, if the results of these games hold up and the season ended this very second, the Eagles would go on the road to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the first round. And that's just so interesting because, again, we thought this team was unbeatable for the first, what week is this, week 15, 14? This is week 14, so we thought they were unbeatable for the first, 12 weeks of the year. And then you come out, they lose 2 games back to back, and they weren't pretty losses either. They were manhandled from start to finish. Yeah, so you never know. You never know in the NFL. You couldn't be at the top of the mountaintop one week and then at the bottom the next week. Jalen Hurts didn't eclipse 200 passing yards. Which, if you're the Philadelphia Eagles, you look at that and you're like, what's happening? You can't be losing games, especially in this point of the year when the games matter so much. You just can't be losing games to teams that, in theory, Cowboys game, I understand. You're in AT&T Stadium, that's a hostile environment you have to go play in. But the 49ers lost. You're at home. You're at home playing the San Francisco 49ers, and you lose by multiple scores. 14 points for 3 straight quarters the Eagles gave up. So, and then, now with that, you got to ask, who's going to come out, who's going to be the top dog in the NFC? Right now, it's insane, because right now, if the season were to end this very second, the San Francisco 49ers would be the number 1 team in the NFC. And subsequently, the tie for the best team in the NFL. Oh, go Saquon. Okay, down. Wow, Saquon. Oh, he fumbled. Did he fumble? He fumbled. They didn't play dead. He fumbled. Wow. He's down the sideline. Packers get a takeaway when they need it. Wow. Anyways, that's insane. As I was saying though, you have San Francisco. That's a loaded top side of the NFC. You have San Francisco at 10-3. You have Dallas at 10-3. You have Philly at 10-3, and then you have Detroit, who's kind of sneaking up on them at 9-4. Don't count out Detroit. Detroit can win their division and get that number 1 seed. Detroit's a pretty goddamn good football team. You never know. So, yeah, I mean, it's just something that, like, you have to pay attention to now. We have 4 more weeks left of the season. So all these games are gonna matter. And if I'm a casual fan and I'm watching at home, I'm watching a few things. Right? I'm a casual fan. I don't care about any other team. If I'm a casual fan, watching for these next 4 weeks. Who am I watching? I'm watching the Cardinals. I'm watching the Cowboys. I'm watching the Lions, and I'm watching the Eagles. They don't play against each other, so they're. If all teams went out, then Philly is a wild card team, which is insane to say. They made the Super Bowl last year. You would have Philly as a Super Bowl as a reigning Super Bowl runner up going in as a wild card. I'll talk about the AFC in a different one. I'm not an NFC Falcons fan. NFC is what I know. But yeah, if I'm looking for pure good football over the next 4 weeks, 49ers, Cowboys, Lions, Eagles, that's what I'm watching. That's what I'm keeping my eye on. Now if I want to watch something that, like, is not going to matter in the grand scheme of things, it's also kind of cool to see, I'm watching the NFC South, because 3 of those teams are 6 and 7. It ain't going to be good football. No, not going to be anywhere near close to good football. But it's going to be a dogfight for that division. Of course, the game that's going on right now, this Tua gets sacked. The game's going on right now. The Packers and the Giants. The score is 21-16 as I'm recording this right now. By the time it's uploaded, the game's definitely over. It's 21-16 right now as I'm speaking to you. If the Giants hold on and win, there will be a 5-team tie for 7th place. A 5-team tie. It'd be between Green Bay, the Rams, the Seahawks, the Falcons, and the Saints. Insanity in the NFC. Especially fighting for this last wild card spot. For a team that's going to have to play, but it looks like the Cowboys or the 49ers or even the Eagles. Hell, or the Lions. So yeah, this game is big for Atlanta, because if the Packers come out of this game, get this win, get all the momentum, go. Then they got Tampa at home. If they play Tampa, win that game, they have all the momentum. They're riding on 2 really, really good wins against a team that we all thought would make the playoffs again this year, and then a team that could still make the playoffs right now, going into Carolina of all places to play the Panthers. So you just the NFL. This is my favorite time of year when the playoff picture starts to take shape and we don't know what's gonna happen. But because you don't know what's gonna happen, there are some pathways for some teams to get in that you're like, they still have a chance. Oh, Mostert. Like for example, the Chicago Bears. They can still make the playoffs right now. Of course, they're relying on we know the Lions are winning this division, right? There's no contest about that. The Lions are winning this division. But you have the New York Giants. If they win tonight, that definitely helps out Chicago. And then going into the next 3 weeks, you would need Chicago to beat Cleveland next week. Washington to beat Los Angeles, because Los Angeles is in that 5-way tie for that division. And then you would need Philly to beat Seattle, who is also in that 5-way tie. You're going to see a lot of similarities with that 5-way tie. So yeah, that's week 15. Week 16, you need the Bears to beat Arizona, and then you need Carolina to beat Green Bay. Carolina has looked god awful this year. God awful. Bryce Young has not shown up to be what we all thought he would be. So now you're asking him, hey, go beat the Green Bay Packers. Go beat the Packers team that we all know and love. Go beat the historic Packers team that won the first ever Super Bowl. Go beat a Packers team that's led by Jordan Love right now. This is definitely a tough task, but if it happens, it definitely helps out Chicago. And then in week 17, they would need to, God bless their heart, they need, oh, wait a minute. Romeo Doubs! Oh, incomplete. Oh. Right after 2 minutes, they took a shot. Did he get any two both feet down? One, no. Okay. As I was saying, the week 17, they would need them, bless their heart. They need to beat Atlanta. They need the Giants to beat the Rams. Again, another team in that 5-way tie I was talking about earlier. And then they would need Green Bay to beat Minnesota. Because with this right now, Minnesota would just slide on into that 7th seed. We don't want that. We don't want that. So if all that happens in the next 3 weeks, the Bears would have a 99% chance to make the playoffs. Which is insane if you think about it, because the Bears are that one team that's like, there's no way they still have a chance to make the playoffs. But somehow, it'd be even funnier, because don't forget, Carolina traded their number 1 pick this year to Chicago to trade up to get Bryce Young. So basically, they would, if this happens, the Bears would be a playoff team. And then you'd have the number 1 overall pick. Now, what do you do at number 1? That's up to them. They could trade back for way more draft capital, willing to overpay as much as the Panthers did. Or if they realize Justin Fields isn't the answer, they can go out and get Caleb Williams or another quarterback, and it's Michael Penix, Jaden Daniels. So yeah. That's, whoa, what just happened? Fumble. Dolphins ball. Wow. Dolphins football. Oh my goodness. Insanity on a Monday night. This is insanity right now. Oh my goodness. I'm out of talking points. That's all I have written down. But I do kind of want to watch these live this drive for Green Bay. Probably have to go upload this to YouTube. Jordan Love drops, still looking out the pocket, still looking, fires back in the end zone, caught, incomplete. Oh, he tried to hit Heath, I think that was. This is pretty much their only chance to win here. Unless he caught it. He didn't catch it. There's no way in hell he had enough time to possess the football. Let's see. Let me talk about the schedule for the next couple of weeks. I will be live on YouTube on December 16th. Wait, hold up. Jordan Love back at it again. Nope, time out. I'm gonna review it. Okay. I will be live on December 16th. I will be streaming me commentating the Georgia Southern versus Ohio game, the Myrtle Beach Bowl. My first time ever commentating the game fully. It's just gonna be me, y'all. You're just gonna be sitting here listening to the game. I'm excited for that. How graphics set up for that. And then coming back on the 17th, I have a live reaction stream coming out. Falcons versus Panthers. Another big game. And then I can't give everything away, but just know these last 2 days right here, the 24th and the 25th, be ready because something big is happening on those 2 days. I'm not gonna wait for this game to finish. I'm not gonna wait for them to get done with this drive. Thank you all for listening to the Atlanta Sports Fan Podcast. I came into this knowing they weren't going to be long episodes, but I mean, eventually we're gonna get the time up. I'm gonna get my timing down, and we're gonna talk about a ton more sports. Thank you all for listening. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn on those notifications. Make sure you never miss the next Atlanta Sports Fan Podcast, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.